Just before today's video, I want to say my goal for this year is to hit 1,000 subscribers, and that is it. I'm not going to be mentioning much of the Great Skyline in this video because everybody done said the same thing thousands of times before with the Great Plateau. So I'm just going to continue on with the video with the difficulty, and also I won't be going too in depth with the story, so I recommend Zeltic's videos on the subject. So now on to the actual meat of the video. Oh boy, where do I start off for this? I guess Ultra Hand. Ultra Hand is insane. If you went online any time around when the game came out, you would see how crazy people got with it. And then when the game first came out, now people can make music, they build literal war machines, and they can make Beetle fly into a volcano. I actually did that myself, that a glitch, but using Ultra Hand. So if you want to, you can check out that video. It's a short of mine on my channel. I guess I'm gonna try to go only order of the game on the Zonai devices, since I was talking about Ultra Hand. There ain't really much about Ultra Hand. It was Zonai devices. Other than that, it just whatever you think, like a tree. If you think you can move it, cut it down, then move it, put it on a hill. But if you put spikes on it, and you get they ain't too big spikes, you could get it to roll down the hill with the spikes and crush those goblins. It's pretty simple. If you think about it. Now I'm making it sound dumb. I need to talk about the Zonai devices. The only way I can really think about even talking about Ultra Hand. You cut down a tree and you can move it. I need to get more in depth with the Zonai devices. Starting off with a fan. But what can I say about a fan? It blows stuff. There had been that new I put it on screen. The new thing you can build with. I don't know what it called. It's some kind of metal sheet you can find in the depths, but it's super light. Oh, I think it was in the game itself. It was meant for an elevator. I'm not for sure though. But if you put it really light and you put a fan on it, it just blows it all around. That's the best thing for the fan. And making flying machines. The fan ain't that cool, actually, compared to everything else. Now the wing is really cool for making flying machines, but it only lasts a minute, so it ain't that good, actually. When you got all kind of other war machines to work with. But for early game, the wing actually really good. And now the cart, what can I say? A cart got wheels in it, whoa. But for early game, if you found yourself a steering stick, a cart, and a fan, you could go pretty fast for early game as long as it was flat. A lot of these are really good for early game though, unless you get really creative and use it for, I don't even know what, God knows what people could make with it. Now for the balloon. After you get rockets and fans and hoverstones, you don't even really need a balloon, because first of all you need a fuel source, a fire. So that means a flame emitter, a campfire, a torch, anything like that. But it runs out in a minute, just like the I can't even think of the name. The wing. I need a list. This video ain't scripted because my last video was scripted. Sounded really bad. So I'm gonna try to keep it not scripted. Now for the rocket though. After that ramble of about the script, the rockets are super good for getting in the sky. You just put a few rockets on, and you got yourself a rocket ship. What more does to say about a rocket? Now for the time bombs. The time bombs are literally just bombs on timer. They can be activated by anything pretty much as long as it hits it, other than the ground pretty much. And when you can fuse it to your or shield, you can bounce instantly though. I really love the fact you can use that with fuse. I'll go more in depth about that with fuse though later. And now for the portable part. The portable part, well, it's just a cooking pot, but it's portable and one-time use. I don't think that anything else I could talk about it. Now the thermometer, one of my favorite ones, because I can just fuse it on my shield and bone all my enemies down. Nobody was standing in my path. I would bone down all the bokoblin camps with this bad boy. But all jokes aside, it's really good for or using as field a lot. As long as you have enough battery, it's good for using balloons and boning bokoblin down. Wink, wink. Really good for that. Didn't know y'all could know. I really like it. Boning it. Bokoblins with it. And now for the frost emitter. The frost emitter, same thing, except for or flames. You literally turn your enemies into cubes of ice. The shot emitter. They have been used for a lot of glitches. Like I remember the duplication glitch. I think you use it with the shock emitter, and that I don't know. There's been a lot I heard of. The duping one and something, I don't know the name of it. It was something with a fan, and if you pull it out at the right time, I don't know if they patched that or not though. The beam emitter though is super good. If you get a construct head and put a bunch of beam emitters down, and don't even get me started on the Roomba. That's not the real name, but it looks like one, acts like one. Good enough. So the beam emitters, if you put it on what I said, if you build what I said, you got a Kamehameha. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced that. You can kill a Hinox in a matter of seconds if you get enough of these things. It's just insane. Now for probably one of the most boiling Zonite devices, the hydrant. I mean, the hydrant, you get stuff where it's not that interesting. Moving on to the stealing stick. The stealing stick, you steal with it. Actually, I heard the way it works to make it this section work longer or last longer. I'm actually pretty sure it rotates wherever you put the steering sticks and rotate the vehicle, the whole object in that direction. I may be wrong, don't quote me on that. I just think that's what I heard. The big wheel, I saw some crazy stuff with these. I mean, if you can call some of this stuff crazy, but it's crazy for wheels to be act like this. You can make some kind of mech thing for. You put a wheel on a wheel on a wheel and on a wheel for all your wheels on one vehicle, and they just go absolutely insane in the depths. It's crazy. Not even in the depths. You just get great speed with it. On its own though, as just a wheel, it's not that good. It's just a wheel. The small wheel, it's faster than the big wheel, but it can't go over as much. And you can't stack them on top of each other. So that's like the biggest problem with the small wheel. You can't put them on each other, so you can't make crazy machines like you could with a big wheel. I mean, I know you can put them actually on top of each other, but I meant like you could with a big wheel to make crazy machines. And the small wheel just can't do that, so it just ain't as good, I don't feel like. And the sled is a sled. I don't know. Put it on your shield. Same thing with a cart. Put it on your shield. You got either a sled or a skateboard. I forgot to even say that in the part with a cart. Now the battery acts as a battery. Actually, what I heard, it at like one energy cell, but I don't know. Don't quote me on that either. A lot of this stuff, if I bring up facts about it, that ain't facts. They just me thinking I heard it from online. So yeah, and the big battery, It's just a big battery. It works the same way. And a spring, it works as a spring. But I don't know. I think if you stack 5 on top of each other, you get super. I think the max height, it maxes it out at 5, and it brings you super high up. And the cannon, it shoot cannon. I put it on my shield. I use it to mine all the time. Now, one of my favorite ones is the stabilizer for co-ops. I put a piece of wood on one end and a co-op on the wood, and we got a catapult. I love taking my anger out on the co-ops. They don't know how much pain they caused me. I got all of them in Breath of the Wild, all of them in Tears of the Kingdom. I will make them suffer for what they done to me. Poor, pitiful me. The co-ops will not survive. And also, bonier than alive from other people. I do not see why they would do that when they can just literally catapult them away and send it to new lands. Maybe you should shoot them far enough and make them Mario problem in the Mushroom Kingdom. The hover stone is actually really good though. Alright, if you fuse it onto an arrow and you shoot it, it's super good if you're running out of stamina in the sky. You can do the same thing with a wing, but this is for not people who ain't that advanced with. I mean, I'm not even not that advanced with a wing, but they're way easier. Possibly for myself, I can get the wing to work sometimes, but the hover stone is like guarantee for me to get to work. And a light, it does nothing different. And make it bright. It don't even work that well in the depths. You better off using a bright boom seed or a big bright boom seed. Stupid motorcycle. I'm sorry, the motorcycle drove by my house and made it super loud. I don't know if y'all heard it. I cut the video or the audio. The zonite stake is, I use it for climbing. If I get a hover stone, ascend up through it, if it still don't look like I can make it and I don't have no stamina food, I just put a stake in it and I put a thought ultra hand can reach and I use it for that. And also I make it stable, but I rather just use a stabilizer for that. It looks funnier. The mirror, I like using it to make the mirror shield for Ocarina of Time. It looks nothing like it. It looks similar though because it's round. Missing the horrifying face for Majora Mask though. That it looks similar to the Majora Mask. I wish it had a horrifying face. It would be hilarious if it did. And for now on, I'm going to call the homing cart a Roomba because the Roomba is a much funnier name. Now the Roomba, where in name homing cart, it home on to enemies, so the Roomba just tracks it down. You put his construct head on it, and you put a flame emitter, a beam emitter, a frost emitter, a shot emitter, put all that good stuff on it. You got a war machine, a mini war machine. You make a few of those because it don't take out all the limits. So make a few of those, bring them to an enemy camp, and take care of them. Now the where did I get beam emitter from? The construct head, I mentioned it like multiple times, but it was my favorite because at like aimbot, like it locks on. If you go close to an enemy, it locks on to them. And that I love that about it. It's super funny to put in 20 beam emitters on it, putting it by a Gleeok or something like that, and just watching it take care of them in milliseconds. It's hilarious. And that is actually all 27 Zonite devices. They're all of them. Now to move on to Fuse. the possibilities with views are quite well, not as unlimited at Ultra Hand, or it could be more. I don't know. Could a more or inventory item that you can fuse with views, then you can build it Ultra Hand. Could the limit is like 21. So yeah, I remember before the game came out, people been talking about meat arrows. The meat arrow is actually pretty decent for bait, but for now I'm just gonna be talking about some of my favorites fuse combos with it. First of all, I gotta get it out of the way. Bomb flowers. You put bomb flowers, or I guess bomb barrels, time bombs. They work pretty similar, but you fuse that to an arrow. I'm talking about. I guess I'm gonna have to mention arrow every time I'm talking about an arrow. You fuse the bomb to an arrow, and you make a bomb arrow. So you gotta get that out of the way. I don't Muddlebug just make the enemies turn on themselves, turn on them brothers and sisters. You make them be on your side temporarily, of course, until all the other bad guys are gone. Then they piss at you again. Now, Ruby, Sapphire, and Opal are good. I don't really like any other ores because they ain't actually that good. I prefer Ruby and Sapphire. Sometimes Opal, but Ruby I feel like the best still. Just having a giant ball of fire and ice is super cool, and just you can get a lot of things wet. So all you gotta do is make something to make a shot arrow after you get something wet, or a whole bunch of enemies wet with a single opal. I can't say opal. You get a single one that'll get all your enemies wet and make a single shot arrow. Make a giant explosion of electricity. It don't even cost you that much because opals ain't even that hard to find. And of course, the key sidebar. We saw that from the trailer, and I think it really cool how you can homie on enemies, but it's not actually that good. I can get it to luck half the times, and when it does, it don't even hit the weak spot most of the time. And the key swing just make a super long arrow that it shoots super far, so they're really good actually. I prefer it over the key sidebar because it actually works most of the times. And everything the last few things I've been talking about, by the way, it was arrows. I forgot to mention that. And of course, the ancient blade, the last thing for the arrows. It's just an ancient arrow, but I really like it. It's actually my favorite thing because it's the small things about this game I love. Like the little references to Breath of the Wild, I love it. And Gildo bones, they're actually really good for arrows, especially if you got multi-shot bows. And that it actually odd all of the bow fuse mechanics or combos. Not all of them, but the ones I like, my favorites ones. So yeah, time to move on to the weapon/shield. I think I'm gonna do weapons, and then I'm gonna say when I switch to the shields. I mentioned Zona devices later because Zona devices are. I don't talk about them, but I'm talking about fusing Zona devices because fusing Zona devices to arrows are really bad.
Down all of the co-ops. I think it'd be funny. And also, I get to see how many of y'all guys actually made it this far into the video.
Now, this is actually going to be quite brief because I don't have much of an opinion on fusing stuff to my sword and shields because the main thing I use fuse for is arrows. But I like to have a super lino horn for my sword and the ancient blade for my sword sometimes. But most of the time I like to defeat the enemies myself without cheating, basically. And as you see in the video on screen, my armor set I got on, I just want to mention, is if you upgrade the other way, it got the highest ability. So that's pretty much all I want to say on the armor. I just want to say that real quick here. And my favorite fuse combos for the shields is
Where am
bombs
I?
and springs.
We didn't mean to start.
And in low gravity, I like the
I'm
rockets,
sorry.
but that is for low
It's
gravity, so
okay.
I'm not even gonna
My
count
name is
it.
Sonia.
So yeah, that are my favorite fuse combos for the shield
And could we ask
and the
what your
sword.
name is?
Now recall actually kind of
I'm
cool. You
the
can
daughter
recall
of King
basically
Rome of
anything.
Hyrule, Zelda.
You can recall boulders.
What an unexpected
You get
answer.
thrown at you
We are
by
the
the
king and
boss
queen who
goblin.
founded Hyrule,
You
after
can
all.
recall the
Or
giant
at least we were the
chunks of
last time I
stone that
checked.
fall out of the
You
sky.
too founded Hyrule?
Actually, one
And
time I
you're the
put the
king?
video clip on screen, but one time
My name
one of
is
those
Rauru.
fell on my horse while I
Rauru of
was
Hyrule.
riding
King
around.
Rauru
I
and
don't remember
Queen
it was my
Sonia?
horse. I think it was actually a car I made
But that must
with a
mean...
zoning device. It fell on it though, and I could drive it around for a little bit. That was kind of funny. That's about all I can think of for recall. I've just been looking throughout the game, and I can't even think of much for recall, other than what I
As I
said.
thought.
The only thing I think
This
is
is not the
kind of
world I know.
interesting for recall, you can use something with Ultra Hand and
A time
recall
so
it.
far
I
back in
think
the past.
that probably
It's
wouldn't be a
become
thing
legend.
in the game, but it actually is.
So it's
that's
true.
pretty cool.
This is really the
And
era
a
of
sin,
Hyrule's founding?
There ain't
presence
much
here
for
is
it. I
just as
use
strange
the
to
same
us,
thing.
Zelda.
Remove something with Ultra Hand,
But if you,
recall it,
like
and I
Sonia,
send
have
through
a
it. That can
secret
get you some
stone,
vertical
are able
height
to
in the
manipulate
early
time,
game.
your
In the early
story
game, that
makes
can really
sense.
help. But late game, the only thing I really use it for is to
So,
get out of
I believe
caves,
her right
because
away. You needed the
if
secret
you've seen
stone
my
as proof,
videos,
Rauru?
you would know I got the
I can
100%,
feel your light
and
power within her.
I use it, or
as
not
well as
Ultra
my
Hand.
time
I
power.
send mostly by getting out of
Additionally,
caves,
I
because
sense
that's
that we
mainly
share
what
a
it is
blood
for. But
connection.
in combat, you could use it for, or getting up on the battle taluses. That's the most I ever
see.
use it in combat, because it
In
ain't
any case,
really
Zelda,
meant for combat.
you had
If
said
you could even call
that you
that
needed to
combat.
return to your era as soon as you possibly
And
could.
last, well, not really last, but
Yes,
I mean, either last of the
in
new
my time,
features,
something terrible
the
is
camera
happening.
ain't new, and the amiibo ain't new.
I need to get back there.
So auto build the
How do I
last
do
new
that?
ability in the game.
I don't even
But
know how I got
I mean,
here in
it's
the
really
first
useful
place.
actually. But I wish you could have more favorite slots. That's the only nitpick I got with auto build. Other than that, I think it really good, and how you can use Zonite to auto build it.
Now,
I
Zelda,
think that's pretty
dear.
good. And the camera,
You don't need to solve
same
your
thing.
problems all at once.
Nothing
Why not
different
come
with
back
it.
with us to the
The
coast?
amiibo, you can scan amiibo.
No,
I do like on how they didn't make the
We'll tell
Cold Link
everyone
outfit
that you're
amiibo
a
exclusive.
distant relative of ours.
But before the game came out, I bought all the
It is
amiibos
true, after
as
all.
amiibo cards.
We'll get you fresh clothes,
Like,
too.
all the Zelda amiibo as amiibo cards, because they way too
I'm
expensive
sure
to
an
buy
answer will come to
separately
you.
now.
Wisdom takes time.
I tried to before, but I could never find one cheap enough
I don't know what to say.
for my liking.
I
So I
wonder.
just bought the amiibo cards,
Mineral.
and at
She
least it
may
paid
have
off
some
still. I
idea of
still
how to
got
get
my
you back to your
paraglider
era.
fabrics. That's the only thing amiibo
Mineral,
exclusive
you
now.
said?
So if
Yes.
you're watching this
She knows far
and
more
thinking
than
about buying
anyone
the
about our
amiibo for the
people.
outfits, don't do it.
And like us,
Unless you really
my
just
older
want the
sister has a
amiibos,
secret
or
stone.
you really just want the
We'll call
paraglider
on her.
fabrics. But I did get the Tears of the Kingdom Link amiibo. Actually, a physical one, because, well, it was super easy to get because it was cheap and there were plenty of them in stock. At least, well, I bought them from. I don't know if it was everywhere.
It is quite an
I also
interesting
got the
device.
Ganon and Zelda amiibo
This is
Oh,
definitely not
cards,
from this
because they
era.
ain't out yet, but I got them before
That
they were
said,
announced,
I
though,
believe
because
there may be
the
a way to
game
get
got
the
data
travel
mined,
functionality
and I
working
got
here.
them right here to give you
I'd like
a
to tinker
paraglider
with it a bit.
fabric for both of them.
Would it be okay if
That's
I
the
borrow
reason I
it?
got them.
Yes.
Other than that, if you don't like
Whatever
the
you need.
paraglider fabric, do not
I
pick up
really
none of the
appreciate your
amiibos,
help.
because
Then I'll hold on. to it.
everything else you can get in the game, other than the fabrics. If you like the fabrics, so there you go. And
So
that
you
is
really
actually
believe my story?
all the
That
abilities
I
in
came
the
from the
game.
future?
Unless you're a
I
top
never doubted you
secret,
for a moment.
it auto build a
Mineru,
scene we
Do
call
you know of a way
that
we
don't
could
even
help
have
to
a
return
sword
Zelda back to her
that
time?
I don't know of. After
I
100%
suspect
the
it was the
game,
power of your
I
secret
don't
stone
think
that
there
allowed you to
is.
travel through time.
Because, as I said, 100% of the game,
To put it
but
simply,
if there is,
secret stones amplify the power
I
their
guess I
owners
find
possess.
out. So, that are the
I am
abilities,
able
though,
to
actually,
separate my spirit from my
because
body.
there ain't no secret ones. It's super top secret. I
Rauru
try to
can
say.
repel or destroy
Now,
evil
moving
with
on
his
to,
power of light. And
The
Sonia,
some of
she
my
can
favorite
control
NPCs
time.
in the game. Actually,
As for you,
I don't know his
can
name,
sense
but it was
both
that master, the
light
guy
and
in Breath of the
time powers.
Wild, who said he had the master
But
torch.
your secret stone
That
seems
guy.
to
I
amplify your
actually
time
found
power.
he. It was today I
Time
found
power.
he. And I just want to mention it.
Ultimately, the secret stone
He
only
doesn't do
amplifies
nothing
your
too
power.
special. I just think it would be cool they
It
still
doesn't
have
suddenly
he.
grant you mastery
I
and
really
control.
don't think he'd be in the
That's still up
game
to you.
because I didn't
That
think they'd put that
means
much detail
if
into
you
the
don't already
game
know how to
itself
get yourself
and
home-
reuse the NPCs, but they did evidently. Ain't really nothing special, but he at the same stable. I didn't know he
There
was
are
there until I
stories about the
conveniently
secret
looked in the
stones and
back
a
on the
forbidden
outside
act
of the
called
stable, and he was there.
draconification.
So I thought that was pretty
To
cool.
swallow
There
a
was
secret
this
stone
one guy in
is to
Hateno
become an
village
immortal
that
dragon,
in Breath of the Wild
one
who sat on
blessed
the
with
deck.
eternal
He
life.
said he was a traveler, and now he married to the
Interesting.
innkeeper
Another
and
way to
kills
reach
of
the
the
future,
kingdom.
though not a very quick one.
So
So you
they
think
were
these
some of my
stories could
favorite
hint at a
NPCs,
solution to our
and
dilemma?
assuming they've been
Yes.
like 6
But
years
there is still
past
more to those
since Breath of
tales.
the Wild. I think.
To
I don't
become
know.
an
I just
immortal
assuming that
dragon
because
is
how long the game
to
came
lose
out.
oneself.
Hudson
That
has
is why
a
it is
daughter,
forbidden.
so that what I'm just assuming.
I thought
It makes
maybe
sense
this
though
could
for
lead to a
6,
solution.
7 years to have gone
Some way
by.
to
I know
transcend
some
time.
time have went by. Hey,
But
by
if
the
you have
way,
to
if any of
sacrifice
y'all
your
actually
heart and
found,
mind,
I don't know his
sacrifice
name,
what
the
makes you
NPC's
you.
name. If you done a side
I'm
quest,
sorry.
a good sized horse
wish I
in
could
Breath
help
of the
more.
Wild, I think that the name of the side quest is where you give the, you sell
where
your
we
horse to
started.
this guy who need it in Breath of the Wild. I don't
There's still
remember
hope.
the
I think
details, but if
the
y'all
answer
can
to this
find that
problem
same
lies
guy in
in
Tales of the
study
Kingdom,
and learning more about
I
the
will
nature of
heart your
power.
comment
I'm
and
sure
pin it.
Sonia would
And
be happy to help
no,
you.
I won't. Actually, pinning it would be a bad idea. But if you are the only,
Okay.
the first one actually get pinned. The rest of them will get harder though. So yeah. Moving on to the next section of this review, the story. I'm not gonna talk too much about the story, like I said at the beginning. But I just want to say it was. I think even though it have memories, like the Dragon Tales, I think it was phenomenal. It wasn't as good as the other Zelda games. I played all the Zelda games before because I was just too excited. It wasn't as good as some of them, but I still feel like it was one of the best Zelda story I actually ever played. That actually kind of surprising because Breath of the Wild didn't have much for me. I think the time travel make it confusing enough, like what people think about it and talk about it. But to a certain degree, but just enough where you got enough story to be there. Just for the people who don't want theorize, I guess, about it. I might do a theory on how long it takes place if you like the idea on how much time in between getting sealed, and I guess Breath of the Wild or before Breath of the Wild. I guess I will, or sometime. I don't know. Wherever y'all feel like commenting, and y'all all wherever I see the most comments of, I would say before Breath of the Wild, like 100 years before Breath of the Wild, or Tears of the Kingdom present day. But yeah, if nobody comments, I'm just gonna say at the beginning of Breath of the Wild, or nobody comments. If nobody comment about the time. If so, we gotta come up with an actual time though for Tales of the Kingdom from Breath of the Wild.
How is that possible?
But the story overall though is really good, and from not like I don't know, it's really really good. It's engaging. It don't make you. It's still open air.
Not be enough.
It's just really good. That's all I can really say about it. Pretty much. I don't know how to describe it. It just
The secret stone of the
gotta play it for yourself. It's really good. I recommend.
interesting.
If you had got to that story or done all the story or the Dragon Tales, I recommend doing them. Preferably blind. And no, well, not actually blind, but not knowing anything about it. Because if that's so, that's how I did it, and it was really good that way.
Well, everything was surprising.
behalf of
Now
the
moving on to
Gerudo,
the next section.
for taking so long
The
to
ward,
accept your
like the
repeated
overword.
invitations.
It feels so
It is
open
our
and
desire to be
free. It feels
accepted into the
alive.
protective embrace
Same
of
thing
your
with
kingdom,
the same thing with Breath of the Wild. It feels
to
open,
serve it
alive,
faithfully.
and like
A welcome
and
appeal,
there
Ganondorf.
enough changes
I
to
will
it
accept
to
your
feel
vow of
different from
fealty
Breath
to
of
the
the Wild.
kingdom
I
of Hyrule.
wish a Shrine Resurrection.
I understand that a single
probably
male
didn't-
is
I
born
can't
to the
say that
Gerudo
right
every
properly.
100 years.
I don't feel like I said that right.
Receiving such an
If you go
appeal from
down,
you,
well, you start a Breath of the
a
Wild
hero
off
to his
at.
people and a king by
I
birth,
wish it was Sheikah,
well,
thing
is truly
still.
reassuring.
That would have been cool. That would have been cool.
It
But it
is
isn't.
my honor.
But I still think it kind of cool how it's still a cave, and we
When
go
your
where Link
Zonai
woke up
ancestors first
like a
descended
hot
upon
spring.
these lands
That
long
that's still
ago,
cool.
they must have
And
seemed
also
to be
the
gods.
bloopy where Link
And now
stood
you
off.
rule as king,
Oh, it's not still
and have
off, but
taken a
still at the edge of
Hyrulean
the
woman
cliff
as
and
your
look over
wife.
Hyrule when you play the game
Your
for the first time
Majesty
on Breath
has
of the
certainly
Wild.
risen above
And then, of
your
course the Sheikah
admirable
Tower is gone.
lineage.
I wish they said
Most
what happened to
impressive.
the Divine Beast, but I'm assuming they destroyed it
It
or
is
probably not
unfortunate
bury
that
it
the noble
again
Zonai
because
no longer grace this world with their
well, why would you
presence.
bury it? They buried it 10,000 years ago. Why would you
All
bury it
except you and
again?
your sister,
I just don't
that
make
is.
sense. Could the same thing could happen again?
Even if something were to happen to me,
I don't feel like they would
both my
want that
kingdom
actually.
and the peace it brings,
So I'm assuming they will
these will
destroy it
endure
or use
for
it for
generations
scraps,
to
like
come.
for the lookout towers, the Skyview towers. I don't actually remember the name. I had to look back at that.
Your actions today are
But
appreciated,
the main
Ganondorf.
thing with the game
I look
is
forward to
the
your future
depths.
endeavors.
I mean, the
You may
marketing
leave.
for the skies,
Your Majesty.
but there ain't much sky islands. There's just a few floating rocks and nothing much. The biggest thing you can find in the sky are Koroks, but uniquely to the sky is the Sage's wheels. The 20 of them.
King Roland,
I went and got them all, and some
believe
armor.
That man's heart holds
And then a
many
handful
dark
of shrines. There are actually
ambitions.
32 shrines.
Just his
That
name.
are you going to the sky for?
that,
That ain't much.
it
There's
gives
just a
me pause.
handful of islands.
I am well aware
I
of his
actually think the
evil
depths
nature.
are more interesting,
For that reason,
but you
and
better
others,
stock up on
I
bright
want
boom
him
seeds
close.
because they
It
are
will be easier
pitch
to keep
black
an eye
without
on
them.
him.
Now, the depths itself is
There is
overall
nothing to worry about.
empty. It feels like, I mean, it is empty, but it got enough locations, enough enemies, no shrines. You got light roots, the 120 of them, but that I still feel like is enough content to keep me interested. I still play in the overworld the most, and the Spirit Temple wasn't much of a temple. But the boss battle I like, cause I didn't like the whole leading up to it, and technically the actual temple was just a boss
you
battle,
well?
so I
You
could
seem
say
a
the
bit
temple was,
distracted.
I really like it, cause I
apologize.
really like the
I keep
boss
getting lost
battle.
in my thoughts,
But I'm gonna
thinking
say
about
the
how
part
I
leading
can
up to it
return
was a
home.
real puzzly dungeon
With your
part.
power over time, if I
But I'll
were
get
able to
more
learn
into
that
that
kind of
where
control,
when I
I
go
might
over
be
the
one step
temples.
closer to my era.
Eh.
I
Oh,
see.
well, that a good transition. I'm going to the temples, or going to the
secret
temple part
is to
right
think of it
now.
like drawing
Starting
out
off
the
from the
object's
wind
memory.
temple, I think
You ask the
I really
object
like
where
the
it was,
feeling
how it
of
arrived
in the
where it is
sky
now,
and the
and then you
wind,
coax it back
all
to that
being
original
in the
moment in
frozen
time.
storm. I feel like that's just super
The
unique,
object's
and mainly
memory.
the snow, cause
I'm
ain't that
sure
many
it will become
snowy
almost like
themed
second nature,
dungeons in
and you
Zelda, and I
will
really
be able
like
to
it.
find your way home.
Especially being open
But
and the
Zelda,
wind mechanics.
there is more
And
on your mind
Kogawa
than
is
just
like
that.
my favorite boss.
Huh?
Other like
You, of
Ganon.
course,
I
do
get
want
into
to get
that
back to
later.
your
Or
time.
also in the next
But
part
you also
of this
desperately want
review.
to help us out in
Not
this
actually gonna be
era.
part 2.
Am I
It's gonna
close
be
to the truth?
How did you
the
know?
next segment. The boss battles. Spoiler.
I do not believe it is
For
possible
all
to
the
keep
boss battle
anything
coming
secret
up
from Sonia.
really soon.
Oh, your concern is
And
very sweet,
but
Zelda.
the boss battle music for Kogawa were really good. And
But listen,
actually, I'm moving
you
on
can
to the
focus
water
your
temple now
attention
because
on
I ain't
returning home.
nothing else to talk about. The part leading up to it,
After
I
all, you
think
possess
possibly
more than power
with
over
a
time.
decent,
You
but
have
the
a sacred
temple
power that
itself
can
felt
dispel
more like a
evil.
divine beast. But I like it because
these
the low
powers will
gravity
help
was
you
the
protect
only
your own
good thing. The
era.
puzzle wasn't that good, but the low gravity
Queen
made
Sonia.
the atmosphere feel better.
And of course,
Like
you must make it home
overall,
safe
it
to
wasn't
put
that
Link's
good
mind at ease.
actually. the design of the
Link.
temple. It just didn't feel
That is not a name I
as
have
unique as the Wind
He's a
Temple
royal knight.
and the
He had
moving on
been
to the Fire
originally
Temple.
appointed for
Though,
my protection.
where do
Later,
I
he
actually
became a
even
hero by
start?
saving both
The
me
Fire
and
Temple
Hyrule
were
from a great
phenomenal. It felt the most
Oh,
like
a
a
hero
Zelda
is he?
dungeon, like a
He's
classic
so very
Zelda
dedicated.
dungeon.
And he
Other than
refuses to
that,
back down from
there
any
wasn't
challenge.
much unique to it, other than everything.
He's very strong.
Yeah,
And his heart
I
is
like the
good
Fire
and
Temple the
true.
most. It's my favorite.
Ah, I can see that
Well,
you have
actually,
absolute faith in him.
Favorite
Hearing you speak
tied
so
with the
highly of
Lightning
Link,
Temple, and
I
that
find myself
another
wanting to
good
meet him as well.
segue to the Lightning Temple.
Indeed.
It
I would also
just
like
like
to
the
meet him.
Fire Temple, but it got
He must be
even more
quite the brave,
dungeony
courageous knight.
vibes.
What
Even though the
picture
Fire
Zelda paints of
Temple
him.
got more atmosphere, I guess you could say, of a dungeon. And the Lightning Temple feel more like an Indiana Jones style temple, and the puzzle feel more like classic Zelda puzzle with overarching all together. You pushing the
All right, Zelda.
I don't
We
know, the
are alone, as you
statues
requested.
with the mirrors and making
What
all the
was
light
it you
line
wanted
up
to discuss with
to
me in private?
activate a door or something
You are
to
far
activate
too
with lightning
trusting.
with Ouija. I don't know. Whatever. I really like the whole concept behind the whole dungeon itself,
Oh
or
my.
temple actually.
I'm surprised to hear you say such a thing.
But the Spirit Temple, like
That
I
is
said
quite out of
earlier,
character for the Zelda. I
not
know.
that good actually.
But then you are a
It's just a
puppet of
boss
Ganondorf.
battle technically. But
Did
if
you
we count the other
really
stuff,
think
I
we
really
hadn't
like how it
realized your
teaches you to
deceit?
use Zonai devices in unique ways, and that actually taught me a lot about some of them. Like ones I didn't use much, and it taught me a little bit more about them. So that was kind of cool. And the boss fight was pretty good. But speaking of boss battles, time to go on to the boss battle section of this review. Well, I guess I'll be segmenting this in ways in like worst to best. I think that's down to best actually. Now, my least favorite boss in Mutto Walk, it was just an absolute joke. It looked like an actual beast of a boss, or Emily, wherever it was in the trailer. We didn't know what it was, but the boss in the game, it felt more like an Emily though. If they made it just not how many phases, you just one phase, you knock it out with the water, and you kill it. That would have been a bad guy. A regular, low carbon level bad guy. I don't know how to explain it, that made it take longer. Now, Queen Goma is actually my second favorite, or not second favorite, second least favorite boss battle in the game. It was really difficult. I went there with super low hearts. I did it way too early. I feel like my weapon was trash against it. I had no elemental stuff, so it was really.
It is mine.
The gift though wasn't right. I probably shouldn't have went there that early in the game, but I did. I kind of enjoyed the temple actually, so I guess I got that out of the going there early, seeing my probably like tied with my favorite temple. So yeah, that my second least favorite boss battle though. So I don't know how much that way on the temple, but I count it separately. Now for my next boss battle on the list, it actually Marble Goma. I mean, it cool, reference to Ugoma, but it's not much. It's not much at all. It just you knock it legs down with your elbow, and then you get on it and attack it over and over again. There ain't much, and then for like the last phase, you do it upside down and get fall from the ceiling. That's it. And then with the spirit of the fight, I can't think of the name of it. The construct Minerunade, it was really cool because you ride your own tank robot that you built, and you build like refuse fans on the back to make it go fast. You can do everything, I guess, and you just fight it like a robot battle. I really think that would be cool. And for boss battle is the music on it is actually the best music of any boss battle, I feel like. I'll get to the music later. But the boss battle itself took very really cool. I heard a lot of people shot it with arrows the first time, but I actually went through how the game meant to. I could tell it felt like you were meant to break your eyes like that, because it kind of teaches you on the way up to the Wind Temple, like on the ice platforms. You jump on them and you destroy them. So I felt like that the game was trying to teach you that mechanic, and I just pick it up on that with the boss battle. But I don't know, maybe I'm the one who's being stupid or not. I think of arrows faster. First of all, but my favorite boss. It was pretty hard the first time, but Ganon, Demon King Ganondorf, that is actually the most the atmosphere and the coolest, the climax to get into the boss by watching the memories that made it feel insane. And Demon Dragon, it was kind of dark and scary scenario, super easy, but the scale of it was much cooler. And overall, Demon Dragon did do it better than Dark Beast Ganon from Breath of the Wild. And the music was pretty good. I liked the music, but it wasn't as good as Kogela's theme. But speaking of music, I actually time to go to the next thing, the music. I using a lot of bad transitions, actually. I feel like they are bad because I use them too much. They were pretty good, they wasn't though. But the music, it's insane. I love the music, especially when the game coming out. I used to listen to it just while I go about my daily basis, playing through my Breath of the Wild Let's Play. I don't know if y'all want me to play more of it and to get all the shrines, so leave a comment down below. But I don't plan on playing it unless y'all want to see me play Breath of the Wild more. But yeah, I listen to it through one ear and the game through another ear with my headphones.
I understand.
So that I really like the main theme for it.
Only hope is
until it got took down on YouTube, because I don't know where else I'm supposed to find the music. It lasts for over an hour. Because I used to record multiple videos. I still do sometimes. Most of the time I actually record multiple videos, like all in one section. I sit down and play a game for a few hours, and there I go, I got a few episodes. So yeah, and the music for the boss battles, like I said, with Kogela and Ganondorf, insane. But the other boss battle, decent. I don't feel like they that good. But the main theme of the game,
There's something I'd like
with
to
the
show
final trailer, with the saxophone, was insane. Really good. It became a meme how good it was. Is that my favorite music? It's not in the game. It's my favorite music though of the game, even though it's not in the game. I guess you could say like the main thing when you jump out of the skyline for the first time, or Kogela's theme. I feel like that probably, if you don't count the final trailer music. But my favorite, if you count the trailers music for the game. And that's pretty much all.
Stand with me.
Because there ain't much music in the game unless you count towns and shrines. The shrine music, I think it's actually better. It's less annoying, I feel like. Not as much music as the shrine theme. It just felt too generated. I don't know, it might feel more generated, or it might actually be generated, but the shrines in Breath of the Wild was generated randomly, I heard. It felt like that, at least to me. And also I heard it on YouTube. But we all know how much you can trust YouTubers. Other than me, of course. You can. I tell you when I don't know for sure. So yeah, that's it for the music. And for the final part of this review, the controls. Yeah, the controls. That could have went in with the gameplay. It wasn't cool to end the review off on, but I couldn't think of nothing else, and I feel like this could go a little bit longer. Maybe by a whole 30 seconds it could go longer. They're mainly just for my video to be longer for the YouTube higher ups to like the YouTube algorithm. At least what I heard through my intense research on the YouTube algorithm. So I needed video to be as long as I possibly can get. No, really, I do. So that the controls are fine. It controls everything the same. The only nitpick I have
Zelda.
is you could turn the controls inverted for
Before
the
you
camera.
face the Demon King tomorrow,
I can't.
there is something I must tell you.
Not the camera. I feel I
came to this era
of course you can.
after finding a man underground.
For the movement, I feel like that would have been really cool to do that. If they could turn it. They didn't do it Breath of the Wild. I feel like they could have did it with this game. It would added some challenge. I want a challenge. Please, Nintendo, give me Master Mode or invert a moving like the joystick for or moving Link. I want to use that in reverse. It'd be super cool. Or I feel like, I don't know, that might just be me. That might only complain with the controls itself. The gyro controls, motion controls, whatever you call it, are actually the only way I can use the ultra hand ability. I don't know. My brother actually like the motion control or gyro controls turn off. I don't get that. But everybody have their own opinions, so yeah. And congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. If you made it to the end, comment 100%.
It was my hubris that set us
And
on
I
this
would know
path.
how many people made it about halfway, and how many people made it to the end. Oh, the sirens outside. Oh, something happened. I don't know the siren outside. Not actually in my driveway, it just went by the road.
It is my duty to
Something
safeguard
happened at
and
my
protect my
house.
people,
Don't worry, I'm okay.
even if I
And-
must risk my life.
Just before I end the video, I just want to say,
Raru,
they should put it on the Wii U. That was a joke. That I don't
And
want it
if
on
it
the
proves
Wii U. The
impossible for us to
VR
defeat
Labo
Ganon,
thing would have been cool though to keep that in
we
this
rely
game,
on
but
your
I
might.
understand why.
And that legendary sword he carries.
Anybody knows how to
last
fix
line
my
of defense will be
OBS,
Link.
because I can't get OBS to live stream anymore.
But
Hit
remember,
go live.
that was a future where
It
you never
make a
appeared in
live
this
stream
world.
on my channel.
You are here
It doesn't.
now.
It pops up on if you go on YouTube,
Zelda,
you can see it. But when
believe
I
there was a
actually hit
reason you were
go
sent to us.
live after I made a
It
live
has to
stream,
mean something.
it doesn't actually become live. Like it just a picture saying it will go live at that time, but it doesn't go live. I can't control it. It doesn't work. I can't get it to work. If anybody knows, please help me
the
figure this
reason
out.
I
And also,
am here.
if y'all watch my Let's Play, thank you for actually watching it. I know some of the videos on some of my Let's Plays don't have audio. If y'all can, I mean, I see my problem with the audio, but if y'all know how to make the frame rate better, not on the 3DS videos, that is just
managed
how
to
I got to
restrain him
record it.
somehow.
I got a modded new 3DS, and that's how I record videos on my 3DS games. I got, because capture cards are ungodly prices, so that's the only way I could get to record. Not on the 3DS Let's Plays, but on the Switch OBS, if anybody knows like how to fix it in OBS itself, because I trying to get a better capture card, but they just a little expensive to get the Elgato capture card. I saw it on Amazon for $160 or something like that. I don't feel like I need to. I'm gonna try to wait, but I don't have that much money to be spending on video. Maybe if I get monetized, I can spend more money on the video. Oh, my video equipment. But until then, I don't have much money to spend on video equipment, actually. So, thank you for watching my video. I actually put a lot of time into this. Right now, as my voice is talking, it just like I put a lot of time into recording the sounds and how I feel like the review should go about, and I haven't began the editing for the screen what you're gonna be looking at the whole time.
The
So right
Master's
now
sword.
it's just the audio I got. So please
You're
share, tell me
think
about,
he's safe?
tell me, not tell me, tell people,
You
tell your
traveled through
friends,
time
tell your
to
grandma
find me
about
and
me.
reclaim your strength.
Spread the word. I need more subscribers. As I said in the beginning, my goal is to hit 1,000
Zelda,
in this year.
I believe there is
But
a
I
reason you were
started
sent to
like
us.
doing YouTube Shorts
It
about a
has to
year
mean
ago,
something.
so I don't feel like that quite possible yet to do it this year. So I feel like maybe in the
I
next
know
year I
I
can.
owe you.
I at 500. Thank y'all so much for 500 by the way. And whoever is subscribed, and if you do
Something
subscribe
only
on
I
this
can
video,
do.
thank you. Everyone matters.
We
And
will
of course I
finally
read
stop
y'all,
him.
everybody comments in every video. So
To become an immortal dragon
yeah,
is
I love
to
y'all
lose oneself.
interacting with my video by commenting, subscribing, liking, and sharing. It just make me feel better about
I'll be
me putting all my
forever
time,
changed.
and well, not all of my time, but a lot of my time into making these videos, because I can't. The longer form videos are the longest one. Not my let's play, but ones like this
Link.
will be hard for me to make. I just want to say thank you, and
You
please help me
must
get
find
1,000
me.
subscribers by the end of the year. That is my goal. If I can't, at least I want 600 for the minimum reasonable goal to get 600 subscribers by the end of the year. And if we get lucky, maybe 700. But I do not see 1,000 as a reasonable thing to get. So 700 is the max I feel like I can possibly get. But could be wrong, maybe. That it had been Awesome Mario and Luigi Bros. Second video. It wasn't a short or a let's play. Goodbye. This is actually future me. I forgot to give a rating of the game. I like it. I like Tears of the Kingdom. 10 out of 10. Best game I ever played. Maybe the next Zelda game can top it. But they actually all for me for today. Goodbye.